YouTube, Repo Man 64. It doesn't look so good standing in front of the window. I like looking out the sky to see Jesus is coming back. Um, Before I get started, Wackadoodle Samoan. We were talking, and he's coming out with a video, and I encourage you to go subscribe to his channel. He found something, and this rapture is most assuredly going to happen here very soon. And what he's found is pretty spectacular. I'm not giving it away. That's up to him to tell you. I wanted to show you something. What group do you belong to? I was talking about this with Wackadoodle Samoan there, and it's what's good about Christians. We are supposed to talk with one another, edify one another. We're supposed to learn from one another, and we're not in any kind of competition with one another. We're all supposed to be here to help each other. I would say the strongest Christian out there is the one that's learning from everything around him. I don't know everything. I'm still learning myself. I see certain things, I bring it to you, and I'm not a preacher. I'm not even a teacher. I'm just a watcher, and I created this channel because initially those 7 days that everyone was taught that Jesus walked with man for 40 days after he rose, and no, he didn't. Jesus rose in the morning on the 17th. He walked around with people until the evening, and then he rose up to heaven to receive his new body and returned after 7 days, the self-same day, on that Sunday, to meet with Thomas in the upper room. And in that event, I've also shown you how in the morning, now this is the Enoch Calendar. I like the Enoch Calendar for me, and it's amazing for me how it lines up with everybody else's work. It's fantastic. I'm nowhere near as smart as Dr. Barry Awe is with his feast days, but I've learned so much from him. I've learned so much, and these feast days are going to go on for all eternity, and we're going to be looking forward to each feast day, just like how we look forward to Christmas and New Year's Day and all the things we look forward to, only that will be a righteous reason. Now we're just in the worldly reasons to have a vacation or a day off or something to look forward to. So, Matt, he's really good at Stellarium. Wait till you see what he shows you. I can't even. I mean, it was pretty good. It was pretty cool what he showed me. So we learn from one another. Methuselah dies in the morning on October 24th, which is Heshvan 10. On the Enoch Calendar now. I'm not stuck on that, but that's what the Enoch Calendar says. Anybody can count it out. It's very simple. And when you do count it out, you count it out to October the 24th as to when Methuselah dies. He's buried, the ark is loaded, and the door is shut. I showed you that 2 videos ago, how the door is shut, and he sits inside for 7 days. Inside of that ark, he sits for 7 days. Outside the ark, there's quite a scuffle going on, people trying to get in, and I showed you that the beasts are out there protecting the ark. Then the door is shut. It's the same door that was shut back there when Jesus rose to heaven. When he rose to heaven on the 17th, the door was shut, and he returned on the 8th day to everybody who was still here on earth. And the same thing, nothing changes. Nothing's new under the sun. I believe that the door will be shut on October the 24th. I believe on October the 24th we go home. That's what I see. Am I right? I don't know. There's some people that are much better at this stuff than I am, and we're all within weeks of each other. So I think that this is just us shaking that present. We're shaking the present. Our parents gave us, our father gave us this present. We're shaking it, trying to figure it out, and he's just laughing as we try to determine what's inside of the present, and he's got it layer upon layer inside of there, so you don't really know what's inside of there. You're just guessing and guessing and guessing, and that's okay. There's nothing wrong with guessing. Man, that sunlight's really, I don't know how to stop that. Let's see here. Is that too dark? Maybe not. So this is what I wanted to ask you. Are you concerned about the cares of this world, or is your only concern Jesus Christ? Are you a male virgin Jew and a member of the 144,000? You might be. I might reach that one of those virgin Jews. You're a Jewish person, and you are male, and you are virgin, and you're of age, and you might be the last one that God is calling to accept Jesus, and then you will be accounted amongst the 144,000. There are actually 5 groups of people. There's the bride. She's locked away in a room. The only thing she knows is she's in a room and she's waiting for her groom. There's all kinds of stuff going on outside. There's volcanoes, earthquakes, there's all kinds of crazy stuff going on out there. But what does she concern herself with? Nothing. All she's doing in her whole spirit, her whole heart, is waiting for that bride to show up. You have the 144,000, the virgin Jews, male child that is of age, that has accepted Jesus. They will stay here and minister to who? The tribulation saints. Group number 3. Group number 3 is the tribulation saints. They love Jesus, but they're so stuck in the world and all of the issues that are going on in the world. And I get it, because the world, Satan has really gotten this world just in an uproar, and they're concerned of the things of this world. They are tribulation saints. It's not the end. The tribulation saint, everybody's like, oh, it's so terrible. It really isn't. There's a great multitude that no man can count. They are called tribulation saints. They're a huge, huge group. So much bigger than the bride, so much bigger than the 144,000. But once the rapture happens, they're going to drop to their knees, and the only thing they're going to be able to think about at that moment is Jesus. And they still have work to do. They cannot receive this mark. This mark will come out at the 3.5-year mark after the Antichrist reveals himself, which he has not yet. That will not happen until we fly away. Then you have the 4th group. Who's the 4th group? This group is the group, the threshing room floor. This group here, it's a small group. It's the people that go into the millennial reign, the millennial saints. They are those who didn't get a choice. Life didn't give them the choice to choose between Jesus or Satan. He might have been an aborted baby, a child that died too soon, somebody that didn't have the mental capacity to make that choice. I feel like, and the Bible teaches this, the only way to heaven, there is only one way to heaven, and that is through Jesus Christ. And you must accept Jesus Christ in order to get there. And John 6:44 that I have on the wall over there clearly says that God draws us to him, and we will accept him. So these people go into the millennium. How do I know this? Because in the millennial kingdom, they will be ruled over by those who were raptured. They will be ruled over by who? The bride and the tribulation saint. They will be ruled over by them. We will have kings and sergeants and captains and enlisted men. We'll have everybody, and they will multiply in the millennium. They will get a choice at the very end. It clearly says, the Bible clearly teaches at the very end that Satan will be loosed for a season, which I think is 3.5 years. There's a lot of 3.5 years periods of time spoken of in Revelations, and I think each one of them is different and separate from all the others. I think if you count them out, you're going to be able to count out every single 3.5 year period leading up to the end of the millennium. At the end, he will be loosed. They will have to make a choice. They will have to choose Jesus or follow Satan. And then it's all done. It's all finished. God is going to take this planet and that heaven, and he's going to wad it all up. He's going to throw it into the lake of fire. It'll all be gone for all eternity. He's going to create a new heaven and a new earth, one which we all will be a part of at that point. And that's what we're looking for. And let me show you, and then, of course, what's the final group, the fifth group? It's the people who were left that just, they were chaff. They were tares. They got wadded up with the earth and heaven, and they were cast into the lake of fire. God gives so many wonderful chances, so many chances. You just have to be watching and praying. And okay, so I want to show you this. All right, that's the Methuselah. October 24th is when I believe God shuts the door. It definitely is according to the Enoch calendar. Is that the calendar? I don't know. A lot of people are looking at October 24th. Now they're calling it Heshvan 17, but it's not according to Enoch. I've shown all year long how the calendar's been off by a week. They were off on Tisha B'Av. They were off on Tu B'Av, and I showed that back here how they were off by a little bit by a week. So he went into the ark 7 days in advance. Let me get over here. Okay. Behold. Did I get that out of order? Okay, this is the first group. This is the bride. The bride is locked away in a room. All she cares about is the groom. All she cares about is listening for that horn blast. She's not thinking of anything else in the universe. And here is the rapture event. It takes place in Revelations 4. And after this I looked, and behold, a door was open in heaven. And the first voice which I heard was as it were a trumpet. That's the trumpet blast we're going to hear, talking with me, saying, "Come up hither, and I will show thee things which must be hereafter." Okay, that's that. Now that's the apostle that's being taken up there. All right, that's the bride. Oh, I wanted to promote this guy's channel. That's the 1111 sign. Go watch this seventh seal. It says, "We've got it wrong." You'll notice when they're opening the seals, God says, "And he took one of the seals and opened it." That was not the first seal that it opened. It was the seventh. And go watch this one right here. You're gonna really enjoy this guy's teaching. Let's see here. This is from, I believe this is from Wackadoodle. Oh, yeah, this is from Wackadoodle Samoan. So I'm way off here. Real cool thing, 33 degrees north and south. Winds up in the center of the lake. How do you call that? The ring of fire. And that's Damascus. Okay. Now I'm back to where I should have been. I guess I duplicated that. Now, we continue on. Still in Revelations 4. Round about the throne were 24 seats, and upon the seats I saw 24 elders sitting, clothed in white raiment, and they had on their heads crowns of gold. We know that this is the bride. This is the bride, because only the bride is clothed in white raiment, and only the bride receives crowns. Okay? That's group number 1. Group number 2. And I saw in the right hand, well, let me see here. This is where the seals begin to get open. I saw on the right hand of him that sat on the throne a book written within and on the backside, sealed with 7 seals, and I saw a strong angel proclaiming with a loud voice, "Who is worthy to open the book and loose the seals thereof? And no man in heaven, nor in earth, nor under the earth was able to open the book, neither to look thereon, and I wept much, because no man was found worthy to open and read the book. Neither look thereon. So, one of the elders saith unto me, Weep not, behold, the Lion of the tribe of Judah, and the Root of David, hath prevailed to open the book and loose the 7 seals thereof. And I beheld, and I heard a voice of many angels round about the throne, and beasts and elders, and numbers of them was 10,000 times 10,000, and thousands of thousands. This is the bride. This is the first group. He has counted them. He knows how many there are. 10,000 times 10,000 is 100 million. And then thousands of thousands, the actual translation, I believe, is thousands and myriads of thousands. Now, if it were 200 million, it would have said 10,000 times 20,000, but it didn't. It's somewhere in between 100 million and 200 million, and I'm going with 153 million as a number. Okay? That's the bride. These are all the seals. Notice here, and I saw the Lamb open one of the seals. All right? Just one of them. Which seal did he open? Because if you read these seals, you go through all this heartache, and then you wind up at seal 7, which I have somewhere, where it's kind of calm. So you see that seal 7 is actually the first seal, and that guy back there, where did he go? He, the 11:11 sign. He explains it better than anybody I've ever heard. So go watch his video on that. Now, the next group who are sealed is the 144,000. It's an exact number, and I heard a number of them which were sealed, and 144,000 of all the tribes of the children of Israel. So they're sealed. Next group, the third group. After this, keep saying after this, and I heard the number after this, I beheld, and lo, a great multitude which no man could number, of all nations and kindred and people and tongues, stood before the throne, before the Lamb, clothed in white robes. And what do they have? Do they have crowns? No. They have palms in their hands. This is the tribulation saints right here. This is group number 3. And I cried with a loud voice, saying, Salvation to our God, which sitteth upon the throne, and unto the Lamb. And all the angels stood around about the throne, and about the elders, that's us, and the 4 beasts, and fell before the throne on their faces and worshiped God, saying, Amen. Blessings and glory and wisdom and thanksgiving and honor and power and might be unto our God forever and ever. Amen. It's going to be quite a day. We're going to celebrate when the tribulation saints show up. We're going to be so ecstatic and so happy. And we're going to be giving them palm branches when they show up. And then, of course, they're asking, who are these that are arrayed in white robes, and where did they come from? And I want to be this guy right here. This is the guy. I want to be this guy. I'm a bride. I'm in heaven. I've been up there for 7 years. It's been fantastic. My new house. We've all been just, visiting each other and just having a blast for those 7 years, kind of waiting for this moment right here when the tribulation saints finally show up, and they show up in heaven. And I want to be this guy. And he said, And I said unto him, Sir, thou knowest. And he said unto me, These are they which came out of great tribulation and have washed their robes. They don't have white robes. Their robes were washed white. Our robes were white. I say they were brilliant white. And their robes were made white in the blood of the Lamb. So they went through tribulation. I want to be the guy right there that the apostle comes and asks, who are these? And I'll be like, do you know who they are? Oh, that would be quite a day to be that guy. And I wanted to show you over here, after all of that, here in Revelations, I say Revelations all the time. I get in trouble for that. It's Revelation where it talks about the seventh seal. And he had opened the seventh seal, and there was silence in heaven about the space of a half an hour. And I saw the seven angels which stood before God, and them which were given seven trumpets. So I believe that's the first seal. I think the seventh seal is the one of the seals, is what that guy from Revelation 11:11 teaches. So anyway, what group are you? Are you a bride that concerns yourself with nothing of this world, and your whole mind is focused on when he's coming back? Is that where your mind is? All you can think about every day is to find one more clue when he's coming back. Is it coming back because of the Enoch Calendar? Is it coming back because of Dr. Barry's feast days? Is it coming back because Wackadoodle Samoan's looking at the stellarium, figuring that out? He found something. Wait till you see this. So we're just looking and watching, shaking that present, trying to figure it out. Are you 144,000? Are you a male virgin Jew that has accepted Christ? You got a big part to play, huge part to play. The biggest goal, I think, is the people who are Christians. They're stuck in this world. They are concerned themselves with things that don't matter. They don't matter because the tribulation has not begun yet. The first seal has not been opened yet. The seventh seal has not been opened yet. They're concerned with things that are irrelevant to watching for Jesus, and they're going to be stuck here. But it's okay. They're going to go to heaven. They're going to go to paradise, and they're going to get palm branches and washed white robes. And it is a great multitude that no man can count. It's absolutely huge. You can't even count it. It's so big. It's going to be billions. Okay? So it's going to be awesome for them. Going through tribulation, not so cool, but they have work to do. You can see them every day, and I point them out very easily. They want to do something more than just wait in a room on Jesus to show up. They are concerned with too many things. And I'm not putting them down because they are a great multitude that no man can count. It's an absolutely enormous multitude of people. And then, are you incapable of making this decision for Christ? Are you a millennial saint? Are you going to go in there, live your life, eat of the fruit of the tree, and live 1,000 years? Yes, you have a mortal body in there, but it is a super mortal body in there. It's not a heavenly body, but it's very super mortal, very strong, and you get to make a choice to accept Jesus. But you will be tempted at the end of the millennium. And then the fifth group, you don't want to be that group. You want to fall into any of those four groups. Then the fifth group. That's the group you don't want to be in. The hardest group to get into is 144,000. That's the hardest group to be a part of, but it is the most celebrated group, I believe, that to be a part of. So that's fantastic. God loves the Jews. He loves the Jews. So anyway, Repo Man 64. I thought I would put this out here. I hope it's taken the right way, and I hope that you can just look at yourself, look within yourself, and ask yourself, is my only concern looking for Jesus, or am I worried about other things that really aren't important right now? And you might think they are. You really might think they are. But if no seal has been opened, are they really that important? Anyway, Repo Man 64. We'll chat with you later. I'm going to put a link to the Discord. Remember, go to a quiet place by yourself. Nobody needs to know, and you don't need to tell anybody. And accept the Lord into your heart. I pray that you become one of those four groups. I pray that you don't fall to be in one of in the one in the fifth group. Nobody needs to go there. There's so many chances God gives, so many wonderful chances that our wonderful God has given. So you keep watching. Repo Man 64. We'll chat with you later. I'll watch this whole thing. Probably didn't record anyway.